You worked against the PDP in the last elections. Why do you think you can save the party you worked against?
It's based on principle and what I believe. I did that simply because we had thought that PDP will stand for equity, fairness, and justice, which was what I believed. And unfortunately, they did not. Because I couldn't imagine that PDP, after 8 years of Northern presidency, will now say another 8 years or 4 years of another Northern presidency. We felt that it was wrong, because for us who believe in equity, fairness, and justice, especially the G5 at that time, believe that the presidency should go to the South. And when members of the PDP overwhelmingly accepted that the presidency should be in the North, we say no, it was wrong, because everyone knows here, for equity, fairness, and justice, we should allow presidency in the North for 8 years, and in the South it should go for 8 years. I've already made my position known. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to pretend, and I have made it very clear. That was why I worked against the PDP in 2023 election. And I did say that even if I lose my senatorial election after serving 8 years as governor, it doesn't matter. But let it be known that there are people who believe in justice, equity, and fairness.
But some people will quickly ask that as a party man true and true, most of the time, the decisions of whoever emerged from a political party, the truth has to be said, are the decisions of the party. And the man a lot of you followed on this journey, Mr. Wike, had said he was going to accept the decision of the party. And at some point, there was a possibility that he could even be a vice presidential candidate or a running mate. If all of this had happened, that he still got a stake on that ticket as a running mate, would it have softened anything? Was this about your principle or Mr. Wike's principle that all of you went with and you went against your party? What happens to the party discipline, as they say?
Rufai and the entire Arise family, I want to let you know that it is agreed for us as politicians, you are not one, but for us as politicians, we have always said that the interests, politics, the way it runs, whether you accept it or not, but the truth is that there is this greatest philosopher who says that politics is all about interests. No permanent enemy, no permanent friend. And everyone who is in politics is seeking about the interests of his community, is seeking about the interests of his people, is seeking about the interests of himself. Politics is selfish. And so, where your interest is not protected, you find something else. Yes, Wike is my friend. We work together until today and tomorrow. He still remains my friend. And if his interest was protected because we fought for him to be the candidate of the PDP in Nigeria, unfortunately he did not make it. We thought that he should be the running mate, and people drafted it. And I tell you, I was in the committee, 20-man committee that was made to design a running mate presidential candidate based on the candidate. And 16 of us accepted that it should be Wike. But somehow, the candidates and those that were in the leadership of the party decided to work against it. And so I tell you is that it's also about interest. But originally, what we wanted was that it should be a Southern candidate. And I'm glad that by the grace of God, it came out that a Southern candidate emerged as the president of this country. And we're happy that what we had proposed, it came to pass.
Okay, but quickly, as before, because the Bible will have to take over now, and I'm so sorry. Somebody within your fold in the PDP, a top stakeholder, former stakeholder in the PDP said, but you were the chairman of the zoning committee that threw the primaries opened.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Somebody within your folk that used to be in the PDP, a top person in the PDP before.
Rufai, okay.
Can you hear? He said, but you were the chairman of the zoning committee that threw the primaries open and now made Atiku emerge. And you were the chairman of the zoning committee. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I was the chairman of the zoning committee, but I couldn't overwhelm what the people wanted. And I reported back to the National Executive Committee that yes, this is the position of the committee. And somehow people felt that we should report back that it is impossible to talk about zoning in the north or zoning in the south. And so we should allow a free contest, because already before the committee went into work, people had already bought forms. Atiku bought his form, Wike bought forms, other people also bought. So the National Executive Committee was the final decision, because the committee that I chaired was just a subcommittee to recommend to the National Executive Committee. And it was decided that, well, let's go into a free contest, which was done. But everybody knew that after President Buhari's 8-year tenure, there was need for a Southern candidate to emerge. If they had accepted that, all those things we discussed in the National Executive Committee, I was there, and if they had accepted that the presidency should go to the South, maybe things would have been different for PDP, but it was rejected, and it was said that yes, let us go to it and allow a free contest, which was done.
Let me interject at this point, because you know the good thing about some of these developments is that they're well documented, and when you look at the documentation around it, it says that your committee, the committee you were chairman of, the zoning committee, gave a unanimous decision which gave the recommendation to NEC. So it says you all, so what was the purpose of you having a committee meeting, coming to a unanimous decision to throw the ticket open, and giving a recommendation to NEC, if whatever the outcome of your committee was inconsequential, then what was the point of creating a committee to begin with? So that's my first question to you. The second question is, with all these developments, Nyesom Wike has already pledged that he will work for President Tinubu to ensure that President Tinubu gets his votes. So who's even left in the PDP to vote for the PDP? How are you sure that the people left in the PDP are even interested in supporting the PDP moving forward?
My sister, thank you very much. I think you should be commending me for being a chairman of a party or a subcommittee that was to zone the position of presidency, because I demonstrated that truly I was a Democrat. Even if you're a chairman of a committee, you don't just go there and say that this must be done, that must be done, and so on. You allow the decision of the people that you chair to lead, and you coordinate it and make it work. That was the decision of the committee. So there is no point talking about Samo Ortom. Talk about the committee itself. If I had said, look, even though you have accepted that the presidency should be drawn open, but I say it should go to the South, you know what reaction the committee members will do and what report. But the day we came to NEC committee and I gave that report, nobody revolted because it was their decision. So I only coordinated. I was an ordinary member of the committee for the zoning committee. I didn't have the supreme power to decide that it must go here. So it was the decision of the zoning committee. So I want you to understand that that was what led to me presenting it. So the decision was NEC. It was NEC that set up that committee. It was the same NEC that decided that it has to be thrown open. And that was done. And at the end, that went on.